Viscounts, dukes, exchequers, and others, it's going to be tough to snap out of it back at the office on Monday morning. They refer to this as returning to the mundane world. Indeed. There is nothing of the mundane world here. The people in this book live in the mundane world, but are not of it. Traveling to 49 states, I have learned much about this nation, but few overarching truths, except to say that, truth is, there aren't many that hold true. I've learned that the Amish play a mean game of donkey basketball, a Midwestern thing where basketball players ride donkeys. Who knew? I thought they were like Quaker pacifists, but the night I saw them play in Middlefield, Ohio, population 2,233, they were ferociously competitive and aggressive in overpowering the firemen's team. Fans packed the gym and filled the parking lot with their buggies. America is full of surprises. We don't learn much about our country on the interstates, except that Americans are in a hell of a hurry and happy to trade speed for wonder and discovery. Today, Tocqueville would cross the country on I-80 from Jersey to Frisco, faithfully recording the exit numbers. Kerouac's On the Road would take place in an endlessly repeating pattern of Holiday Inns and Denny's. Least Heat Moon would author Green Interstate Highways. Flying, of course, is even worse. On a trip from Los Angeles to New York, crossing the Rockies on a clear day, I gazed down in awe, contemplating these majestic peaks, when a flight attendant comes on the PA and orders us to pull down our window shades so that we can better enjoy today's in-flight movie, Dude, Where's My Car? I don't mind saying that in 20 years I have gained a measure of fame. One Sunday morning outside Lebanon, Indiana, population 14,222, I rang a farmhouse doorbell to ask if our crew could get a shot of the basketball hoop on their barn. I could see through the sheer curtain on the door window that the family was watching television. A young boy of about 10 opened the door and took a step backward, wide-eyed and in an apparent state of shock. "It's him!" he shouted. "It's the guy on TV!" I looked past him and saw that a segment of mine was, at that moment, showing on their screen. After explaining about the hoop, I told the family that we like to get out and personally thank each viewer for watching the show. I didn't know when I started that this book was going to be about small towns. I began writing about my favorite experiences, and after I'd written 8, realized they'd all occurred in very small towns. Why, I'm not really sure. A return to my roots? My parents ran a country newspaper, the Fisher Reporter, in Fisher, Illinois, population 1,647, with some coverage of news from other towns in the greater Fisher metro area, towns with quirky names like Normal and Oblong. My father's favorite headline was, "Oblong Woman Marries Normal Man." They moved to the big city, Champaign, population 60,000 then, where I grew up. It was still pretty provincial. I realized in flipping through an old yearbook recently that our foreign exchange student was from America. Hawaii. Who knew? I made my way to Chicago, which my father had warned me was full of all manner of evil and badness, crime, filth, immorality, Democrats. It was a new world of subway trains and skyscrapers and somehow tolerated intolerables, unending traffic jams, cramped quarters, and everyday rudeness that would get you punched out back where I came from. The suburbs tried to pretend they were small towns, except there were 200 of them cemented together, literally, and attached to the city. If Chicago was to me a different world, New York was an entirely different planet, light years from normal. People lived in NASA nose-cone-size apartments in threatening neighborhoods near nothing, with smelly trash on the sidewalks. Somebody forgot the alleys when New York was built, and paid exorbitant prices for the privilege. There were people in Manhattan, which is legally part of America, who didn't own TV sets or cars. You could read fellow passengers' watches and newspapers on the subway. Restaurant tables were so small and close together, 2 inches, you practically had to eat without using your arms, like it was a pie-eating or apple-bobbing contest. Fellow human beings